I think the concept of the three poisons maps onto red pill belief system very well. The three poisons are delusion, anger, and greed. And all three of them, I think, are really good concepts. Obviously, delusion is the blue pill beliefs that we start out from. But it's much more than that. It's also the belief that we don't have to practice. It's it's a lot of things. But after we shed our blue pill beliefs, obviously the next stage we get to is going to be anger. And there's a lot of fear of anger, and I think a lot of it is obviously anger can cause you to do things that you regret later. And I I've been very guilty of that, and I, I still have a problem with my temper. So I really do understand the fear of anger. But on the other hand, I think people fear anger too much. And I think that it can be healthy. I think that one of the aspects of anger that is not thought of very often is the notion that when you're angry, your mind is telling you that something is wrong. And so when you shed your blue pill delusions about the nature of the world, then obviously you're going to be angry. I was angry for an entire year. Most people didn't even know it, actually. Most people who are close to me did not know it. But yeah, the anger is there. And I think that people's fear of anger is it's a lot about controlling people. It's about controlling men. Oh, you can't be angry. But it's not just the anger, because the reason we're angry is never addressed. We just have to shut the fuck up. That's what it's all about. So, on their part, the people, they're not calm, because if you're a calm person, you can deal with an angry person. Angry people, to me, actually, as an angry person, strangely enough, other angry people don't really bother me, as long as they're not violent. Obviously, they're harmless, and I consider that to be an emotion that they're going through that I can relate to, very much so. I mean, I don't like to be around people that are angry all the time, but I think that anger can be a healthy emotion. And the last mental poison is obviously greed. And I left that for last. I didn't, the order, I guess, doesn't really matter. But I thought it went nice with delusion, anger, and then greed, I think of as male thirst or male neediness. And at least for me, and I'm sure other people are similar, after you leave your blue pill beliefs behind, your thirst is still there. And in some cases, my thirst has gotten worse over time. I'm past 35, so I have calmed down and slowed down. My sex drive has slowed down, which is awesome. But there still is this level of thirst and neediness, and it ought to be attended to. You ought to know about it. You ought to keep that in mind, because that causes you. I think that thirst, the greed, causes you to make worse decisions than anger does. Actually, as long as you're not violent and get yourself thrown in jail or whatever. I think the thirst is just horrible. So, but that can be dealt with as well. I mean, that's what part of the practice is. So anyway, those are the three poisons. Thank you.